I grew up on R.L. Stine, so it goes without saying that I was hyped when I heard that they were making a Fear Street movie. Not just one, not just two, but 3 movies. Broadway adaptations, coming-of-age stories, and star-studded ensemble casts. There is a lot to love about the movies of 2021. Kristen here, and I am going to be sharing some of my favorite movies of the year. A heartwarming coming-of-age tale, Coda tells the universal story of family dreams and music through the lens of a hearing girl from a deaf family. Ruby, played by Lock and Key's Amelia Jones, is the only hearing member of her deaf family. She works with her family to keep their fishing business afloat, but finds herself drawn to her high school choir and a newfound passion for singing that her family just doesn't get. With incredible performances and a solid script from top to bottom, this film hits all the right notes. Encanto tells a magical story about the Madrigal family who live in the mountains of Colombia and have been blessed with a unique gift. Everyone, that is, except for Mirabel. But when the magic is in danger, it's up to her to save the day. A beautiful story of family and community, of letting go of societal and familial pressures, and just being yourself. Simple in the most pure and meaningful way. I grew up on R.L. Stine, so it goes without saying that I was hyped when I heard that they were making a Fear Street movie. Not just one, not just 2, but 3 movies that dropped over the course of 3 weeks over the summer this year. The Fear Street trilogy is insane. The first movie is set in 1994, pulling inspiration from Scream. More of a setup, I would say, not as strong as the other 2. Then the second movie is 1978 with more of a camp setting, kind of pulling from Friday the 13th. And the third movie is set in 1666. And all 3 stories are intertwined with several cast members playing different characters across all 3 movies. And what I really enjoyed about this trilogy in particular was how it highlighted Black and queer characters that typically don't really make it out of horror movies and allowed them to flourish. Through this new take on the Fear Street stories, they were able to meaningfully tackle societal and systemic oppression through a teenage lens while also putting underrepresented groups at the forefront. In the Heights is adapted from the Broadway musical by Lin-Manuel Miranda, who also wrote the music to Encanto and is going to be mentioned several more times in this video because I loved every single project that he worked on this year. In the Heights in particular tackles the Dominican and Puerto Rican experience in Washington Heights. It takes the story of Usnavi even further, diving into the sueñitos that all of the members of their community have for a better life. While the film is long and there are some slow moments, I will say the music really makes up for that, and 96,000 will have you on your feet, rocking out. It gave me chills. Oh, it was so good. With a clear vision and determination, Richard Williams has a plan to write his daughters into the history books. Led by Will Smith, King Richard follows the story of Serena and Venus Williams growing up, their family, and just all the battles they fought to make them the tennis champs that we know them as today. This movie was just so heartfelt and powerful, and you could really feel the love in that family. It was brilliantly cast. I think that they did a great job of tackling all the highs and the lows that they had to deal with, while also addressing the realities of being a Black woman in a white-dominated sport. Clearly, their father wanted to make sure that they worked, but also that they were able to be kids. For me, the main message that I loved by the end of this film was that it didn't even matter necessarily if they won, because just them being there and showing up and putting in all that work made a huge impact for Black and brown young women. They really just broke the barrier. An emotional and haunting ghost story, Martyr's Lane follows a young girl trying to piece together a family secret through a unique treasure hunt. Young actors Keira Thompson and Sienna Sayer just played beautifully off of each other. Set in pre-Y2K Spokane, Netflix's Mixtape follows a middle schooler who discovers a mixtape made by her late parents. When the tape is eaten up by a tape deck, she sets out on a mission to find each and every song and listen to it in order, as is, of course, required when you're listening to a mixtape, believing that they contain a special message just for her. Young actors Gemma Brooke Allen, Audrey C., and Olga Petsa make a wonderful trio as they dive into the past while making memories and friendships in the present. A feel-good movie about connecting with your roots, finding yourself, and making friends. Mixtape is a cannot-miss film for the whole family. In Petite Maman, Nellie has just lost her grandmother and is helping her parents clean out her mother's childhood home. As she explores the house and the surrounding woods, she discovers a girl who looks just like her. Through a spectral lens, Petite Maman tells a beautiful but simple story of childhood, loss, grief, and connection. There were also really lovely performances by Josephine and Gabrielle Sands. Scarborough gives an intimate look into the lives of an underprivileged community in Toronto. Within this slice of life story, there were 3 kids who become friends, and we're just following their journeys, and I have to say the young actors were phenomenal in this. Liam Diaz, Essence Fox, and Anna Claire Badel were so well cast and just gave such authentic performances. And despite all all the spoilers out there, Spider-Man No Way Home still managed to surprise me and keep me on the edge of my seat. The best part was honestly just seeing that multiverse in action and seeing characters that we've seen from the past get a second chance to redeem themselves. It's definitely epic and action-packed, and I just can't wait to see what's next for our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. In the fallout, Jenna Ortega takes on her very first lead role in a film as a high school student trying to navigate the emotional fallout after experiencing a school shooting. You really see all of her relationships, her views of the world are altered forever, and Jenna Ortega delivers such an authentic performance. The film did a really great job of capturing that natural Gen Z voice and experience. It's sensitive, emotional, and tackles the different ways that people try to deal with trauma in a really realistic way. We gotta get into Tick, Tick, Boom, one of my ultimate favorites. I would say potentially my favorite movie and musical out of this entire list. Part musical adaptation, part biopic, and 100% meant for theater kids like me. I absolutely loved this. The story deals with Jonathan Larson's real-life struggles to make it as a theater composer. With its raw energy and perfectly imperfect music, Tick, Tick, Boom was a beautiful tribute to Jonathan Larson, to his legacy, to the work that he's created, to musical theater, and just aspiring creatives as a whole. Andrew Garfield really embodied Jonathan Larson. He honestly, transformed. And Lin-Manuel Miranda was the perfect fit to direct this. I think this was an incredible directorial debut. The other thing that I loved about this film was how many Easter eggs and references there were to Jonathan's real life, to things in Rent, to the Broadway community, and I did a video that you can check out right here to explore more of those Easter eggs. There's a lot. And Vivo follows a music-loving Kinkajou, voiced by, you guessed it, Lin-Manuel Miranda, who goes on an adventure of a lifetime to deliver a love song for an old friend. The music, the voice actors, the vibrant colors, the animation, all of it really brought this story together, but honestly, the big superstar out of this for me was Gennaro Simo, who voices the exuberant and unforgettable Gabby, who helps Vivo along the way, and people of all ages are just going to love Vivo. It's so much fun. Now I gotta hear from you. What were some of your favorite movies of 2021? Make sure to leave a comment down below and let me know. Consider subscribing if you like my videos, and if you want to talk more TV and movies with me outside of the comments section, check out the exclusive Discord available on my Patreon at patreon.com/kmaldo. If you like this one, you can check out more of my videos right over here. See ya!